Something about who he was meant that he wasn't gonna break like the others had, and both his commanders and these tall white beings seemed to take notice. Before we get into it, I want to introduce our guest, Charles Hall. Hall enlisted in the US Air Force in 1964 when he was just 19 years old. He trained as a weather observer, measuring wind speeds, cloud cover, and visibility. From 1965 to 1967, he was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. His job included long, isolated tours at the Indian Springs gunnery ranges. He was out in the desert doing routine weather observations when he started noticing strange figures. Tall, pale, glowing shapes moving at a distance. At first, he thought they were ghosts, or maybe hallucinations brought on by solitude. Other observers had similar experiences. They called it the legend of Range 4 Harry, a ghostly radioactive horse roaming the desert. One observer was even injured in an encounter with something and given a medical discharge. Others flat out refused to return to the post. But Hall was very different. Something about who he was meant that he wasn't gonna break like the others had, and both his commanders and these tall white beings seemed to take notice. In this isolated crucible, he began slowly interacting with the tall whites. These beings would stalk him and test him, appear suddenly and vanish, slowly gauging his reactions. But he eventually learned this unwritten language, and although there were some painful setbacks, he gradually developed a trust. He would even end up referring to one of them as something like a brother.